Why don't you start by just laying out those risks for us as we head into 2021?
Morning. There are three risks in my mind. The first one is the strong consensus that exists at the moment that the Bitcoin price will reach in 2021 $50,000 or $100,000. We know from other asset classes that when there is a crowded consensus, it rarely materializes as originally envisaged. The second risk has to do with the speculative money that exists among retail but also institutional investors. The speculative money among retail investors at the moment is not that dissimilar to what we saw at the end of 2017. Institutional investors have also built speculative positions over the past couple of months. We see that in the CME Bitcoin futures. On our calculations, the positioning there looks very frothy.
Nicholas, did you say it's not that different from 2017? Is that what I just picked up on?
Yeah, the speculative money among retail investors is not that dissimilar to 2017.
But we've been, we spent a lot of time talking about all the ways that it does look different. You just outlined one of them. There's more institutional interest, more regulation. So what do you think sort of makes it similar, or should we sort of disregard these new developments?
There is one big difference, which, as you say, is the institutional impulse that didn't exist in 2017. But at the same time, there is a problematic similarity here, which is that the speculative money among individuals, retail investors, is as intense as it was at the end of 2017. So there is a difference and similarity. With institutional investors, I think is wrong here to assume that all the Bitcoin ascent this year has been driven by institutional buying, and all that institutional buying is by long-term institutional investors. There are also speculative institutional investors which try to front run.
Okay, quick one, Nicholas, then. I guess for me, the piece that's really missing about this is that it's still not widely used as a form of payment. Just briefly, does that change next year? Do you think that more people will be actually using it, more merchants will be accepting it?
I don't think so. And the acceptance of Bitcoin as a payment system, as a payments currency, is conditional on regulatory restrictions and approvals. And as a result, it will be difficult here to imagine that next year we will see a massive change on that front. I think what changed this year is the perception of Bitcoin as digital gold, but as a payments currency is far from seeing much of a change here. But again, we don't need the Bitcoin here to become a payments currency for the price to go up.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.